I'm Monica Robbins with your top 3 health headlines today. Cleveland Clinic researchers unveiled groundbreaking research Saturday before the American Heart Association about gene therapy that could potentially shut off the cholesterol gene. The research took place in Australia and the UK among 15 participants who both had LDL or bad cholesterol and high triglycerides. They received an infusion that essentially edited their genes and reversed their body's reaction to cholesterol.
We saw a 55% reduction on average in triglycerides and almost 50% in LDL cholesterol, which is really remarkable given that a lot of therapies these days, no therapies concomitantly lower LDL and triglycerides that much.
And importantly, it's permanent. Once the gene is edited, this is a one and done treatment. And, this is really quite revolutionary because the alternative is to take medication every day or inject it every week or two for the rest of your life for these high levels of cholesterol or triglycerides. But when you edit the gene, you do it once.
They're now planning to move phase 2 of that study to the U.S. and start recruiting patients as early as next year. Based on the safety and efficacy of the initial trial, they're confident this research may not take nearly as long as other drug therapies typically do, because gene therapy only does one thing, and unlike a drug, doesn't have additional side effects, according to Dr. Nissen. Also at the American Heart Association conference, drug maker Merck showed its experimental drug, enlicitide, seems to boost normal cholesterol lowering drugs and helps drop bad cholesterol by 60% when taken together. The phase 3 study included 3,000 people who had previous heart attack or stroke and were at risk for another in the next decade. Merck hopes to seek FDA approval next year. And a study in Neurology found those who drink 3 or more drinks a day were more likely to have more severe brain bleeds or bleeding stroke and earlier long-term brain damage. Up to 1 in 5 strokes are caused by bleeding stroke, and they're typically more dangerous and disabling. Now, according to the CDC, nearly 30 million Americans over age 12 had alcohol use disorder or excessive alcohol consumption, which puts them at risk. Another risk factor is hypertension or high blood pressure, which is about half of Americans have that, and they're not aware. Good reminder to get checked. I'm Monica Robbins, and that's your Daily Dose.